Hey guys, welcome back to another redstone tutorial. This one's going to be pretty easy today, but it's going to show us how to get a lot of slime. And not using one of those slime chunk farms, but doing it even quicker. Think like 60 seconds or less. Yep, this one's going to be an easy one. Easy one to build, easy one to get the slimes. So let's go get it set up and I'll show you how it works. Okay, before I jump into the tutorial, I'm here on Craftworks and I'm going to show you how this farm works. So essentially what we have here is in the middle is a campfire with allays on top. We're going to light this fire, but don't worry, the allays can survive. We have 3 droppers with different things in them. One having splash potions of oozing. Let's see, this one's the splash potions of infestation. And the other is our TNT. So these are going to be pretty easy. That's why I'm kind of putting the tutorial at the end. I want to show you how this farm works, and then we'll jump into how to build it. So we're going to start with the flint and steel. Starts that with the allays. This middle block, we're going to push on that. As you can see, the infestation comes out. And as you can see, I set up this farm to have plenty of room. Make sure you don't do this too small, because you're going to see here in a second. So we're only going to let this run for, I don't know, maybe 30 seconds. I'm really just watching how many of these guys are down there. And I'll back up for a second, because yes, this farm is loud. And don't run that splash potion for the 3 minutes, or you just might crash your server. So we're going to now turn this off just by using a shovel. As you can see, they stopped doing their thing. Next, I'm going to come to the block on the left. When I click this, it dispenses that oozing potion. As you can see, they are all ready to be hit with some TNT. So we're going to push this TNT. Let's come over here a little. It floats down to the middle. And there's all our slimes. Holy cow, so many slimes. Now, these big slimes, or these medium-sized slimes, do not give you the slime balls. So that's why the TNT's here. Is we're going to do it again a second time, and that's going to break them in to the small ones. Now, if you want to, you could just keep doing the TNT a whole bunch of times. I've got some hoppers down there to collect the balls. But my favorite is getting out my sword and doing it with looting 3, so I get even more drops. Okay, let's jump into this tutorial. As you can see, I've got all the blocks you're going to need here on the bottom. Now you won't need a full stack of blocks, but have something that silverfish can't infest. You're going to need 3 dispensers, a hopper, maybe more depending on how you want to set it up, some buttons, redstone dust, some trapdoors, 1 slab of maybe the same thing that you picked for your full stack. And then I have 2 colors of terracotta here. Really, this is just to help you know which button is going to activate which portion. So with those materials in hand, as you can see, I've marked up the middle of my farm. Now, this will all come down in the end, but what we're going to do is start by going around and placing a block all the way around. Essentially, this will get us a 3x3 platform. Next, we're going to break out a block. Doesn't really matter which side. We're going to put in that dispenser. We're going to come down to the bottom, put a dispenser looking down, a dispenser looking down, grab that slab, put that between it. We're going to come back up here, put that pale oak plank, and our green terracotta, our red terracotta, 3 buttons across the side. Come up to the top. Now that is kind of the layout. Now the reason we put a plank in here is we're going to run redstone dust here, here, and here. If you happen to put a full plank right here, this redstone will activate both of them, but because it's a slab, it's not going to activate that one or that one. It'll just come over and activate this one. Now the reason we have a hopper is we're going to come in here, take this one out, and put in a hopper going into here. The reason it's in the side is we don't want to put it on top because this redstone couldn't activate that. So this is going to be where we put in our potions that will feed to here. Now we're going to take out this middle portion. this is where we're going to start putting the allays. So this will be filled back in. So we need to spot one more down. I'm going to grab my campfire real quick that I've already got prepared, stick that in, and as you can see, that is basically the whole farm. We can break out all of this, put the final details, which is going to be a trapdoor here, a trapdoor there, a trapdoor there. Oh, and I realized I was wrong. You also need a trapdoor there. So it's 4 trapdoors, and pretty simply, we've got all of it ready to get the allays in. Okay, I've got the next step prepped. We're going to take a shovel, put out that fire, come up here to the top, and this is going to be the trickiest part, is we're going to get some allays. I'm using eggs here because, as you can see, I'm in a flat world. So I'm going to bring these guys in, give them something so that they'll start wanting to follow me. I'm going to dump a bunch of these up here to kind of get them in place. As you can see, they love to do that. So we need them down there. So I'm actually going to dump a bunch of blocks. That's the benefit of this. Oh, and this is going to be the tricky part too, is sometimes these guys don't want to follow you very well. But once you do this, hurry and block them in like that. As you can see, they're in there. We can take those blocks from them now, unless you want them to keep holding them. Oh, that guy had a lot of them. Great, so once they're in there, we just need to push this down. So you're going to pillar up here, grab a piston, make sure it's pointing straight down like that. We're going to activate it so it pushes that in. We can break all of this out now. And as you can see, the allays are in there. Now you just need to do your regular breeding them up, get that note block, get a disc, a jukebox and a disc, give them amethyst shards, and get as many as you want in there. This farm will really run as many as you want in there, but from my experience, you only need about 8. I have 8 in mine, and it does way too much. So as you can see, this is kind of the easiest, simplest farm. Now, in my world, I've gone through and put in a whole bunch of extra rings just to make this a little bit more of a platform. You can decide how big you want to make it. The next thing you can do is decide, do you want to put some kind of a hopper to this, but you're going to load your TNT into the red side, your oozing into the green side, and then this main one is going to be that infestation. So as you saw from the tutorial, we would come in here, push that. Oh, it had a block in there. It would shoot that infestation potion, get these guys going. Remember to start the campfire. Once we've got enough silverfish, we're going to push that oozing button, and then we're going to push the TNT button. So as you can see, this farm is really overpowered. Holy cow, we get so many slimes. And if we look in the chest, I only ran this a handful of times, and we've got plenty of slime. I don't need to make any more. But y'all, that's gonna do it for this tutorial. Please let me know down in the comments where you plan to put this in your world, how it works out. I'd love to hear if you crashed your server or if you stopped it in time and it gave you just the right amount of slimes. But until that next tutorial, we'll talk to you soon.